And that's where Snorri steals everyone's socks to make some really potent brew out of them.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think
that works.
Okasan wore socks.
Neither does Yuki. She doesn't wear shoes.
Neither do I. I mean, I wear shoes, but not socks.
And I don't think Randall doesn't either.
It happened once. They don't speak if it's ever again.
No, actually, Crandall does. He has boots.
Oh,
He kind of needs socks to wear under the boots.
Didn't think of that. Anyway, now that my phone has decided to be rude, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bastard Smalls, and I guess adventures in the retirement home. You enter the retirement home, and as you are going in, you see two. Let me just make sure I have my characters open. You see that the DM cannot speak for shit today.
Words.
You see two undertakers who are struggling with struggling with the body of a human.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it's an old folks home. People do die of old age there, so
You didn't say it outright, man!
Yes. Old age. Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
Well, for now, that's what you think it is. But yeah, these two gnome undertakers are basically like, hey, watch it, buddy. Like, hey, it's not my fault this dude's bigger than us. Like, it's a human. What did you think he was? Smaller than us? They should be. We should all be the same size and make our job easy. Like, they're arguing this stupid argument. Does anyone approach them?
Randall approaches with, "Have you seen Stubby Jr.?"
Ooh, Stubby Jr.
He's about this tall, and of course, he's not invisible anymore, so you can see him. He's making little hand symbols. He's about this tall, has a ring through his nose. He's kind of like a door knocker that talks.
I haven't seen anyone like that. We haven't been here since last night, and this is the first we're hearing about a Stubby Jr. We see him, we'll let you know, sir.
Okay, let Crandall Dreadful know as soon as you see him. He's missing, gotta find him.
Sure thing, buddy. Nice plumage, by the way.
Thank you.
Image.
Does anyone else talk to these two goofballs who are still struggling with the body, by the way?
Did one of you order churros?
Yeah, that's our lunch, right here.
There you go. That'll be $3.75.
They pay the $3.75 in whatever the currency is for that, because I am not going through D&D money right now. My brain is not in that mindset.
It's fine. It just goes into the hat anyway and gets warped to where it needs to go.
3 silver, 75 3 silver, whatever in copper.
Thank you. Meanwhile, as they're getting the churros, they drop the body and it slides down the stairs.
Whoops! There he goes!
Well, at least he's down the stairs. Not like you felt it. They go, they grab the churros, they grab the body, and they, put him on the cart and they head out.
I'd ask what happened, but it's an old folks' home. They're dying to get out of there. You're like that from the other room.
Hang on, I need to roll psychic damage on myself. Thanks!
Fun fact, Star and I are getting parts of this session in stereo.
Yep.
I'm rolling.
We're also getting you guys in stereo.
Yeah.
Psychic damage, thanks! Need that!
Echo.
Hey, it was a D6 worth of psychic damage, okay? That's how strong the joke was. Anyway, I guess you guys go in. As I am screwing up my thing because I leaned on the frickin' enter key like a dip. Where you see a very plump wood elf. Very dark hair at the front desk. And she's writing or she's writing or typing or whatever passes for that in this universe. And checking files and all that. Does anyone approach her?
Randall once again approaches and goes, "Have you seen Stubby Jr.?"
I know about it at that name here.
Okay, if you see him, let me know.
Right.
We have another Tedlin.
Yes, you do.
We were sorely needing this.
I'm not going to complain, but I also feel horrible because it's technically Magpie's fault. Anyway.
Snorri rolls up, stands up as best he can, glares at the wood elf, slams down the letter he's still carrying with him, and just basically demands, "Where do I find it, old fool?"
Are you finally retiring, you asshole?
No.
She looks at the letter, just sneering at Snorri, because she's probably one of the people trying to get him to retire, mainly because he's a hazard to everyone else.
He's not a hazard to Okasan.
That's because
he is a ride.
She texts letter. Oh yeah, Jofka. Huh, wonder who he was writing to. I don't know why he's still talking to you. Jofka, get your ass out here! Anyway, how can I help the rest of you folks?
Why are we here again?
You'll see.
We are here
No.
because Snorri ordered a taco.
As you guys are talking, this old elf, barely able to walk, but slightly more sober than Snorri. Not elf, a dwarf. Sorry, dwarf. Goes,
I was about to go.
about time you got here, you fucking git!
I was about to go. What happened to you? You used to be a dwarf.
Oh, my dumb butt is mixing up my characters again.
You damn elf-hogging, panty-laced wuss. You
You just tell us I got some.
Sniffing your damn tea. What do you want?
Is this gonna be
Follow
a repeat
me.
of the wedding?
Which one?
Yes.
I'm gonna go a little smoother. Follow me to my room and is that your party with you? That sorry lot of lily-livered, weak sauce, pathetic, spineless, brainless morons?
Nice to meet you too.
No!
What's this
Yeah.
brain thing Okasan keeps hearing about?
I'm too impressed by the diction to be insulted.
My bones are
Ruby, where are you?
I think this is Stubby.
That's not Stubby, no.
We found him!
Stubby didn't know that language.
He may have learned things in his absence.
Doofy was insulting. He wasn't that fucking insulting.
Stewie got all more angry.
Yeah, that. Anyway, he motions for you to go into his room with him. Where?
Okay.
Snowy follows, making sure running over as many orderly feet as possible on the way there.
Roll me 1d6, see how many orderlies. To tell me exactly how badly the orderlies are hurt.
Oh, he happens upon 6 of them. and hop in for at least the next hour.
Of course. Probably a few broken toes. Way to go, Snorri. So you're getting a very, very, very dark glare from the wood elf. She's like, get some nurses for the orderlies and a few of the old folks, because you hit a few of the old folks too. We're gonna say that. I swear to God, that man's a hazard to everyone around him. Does the rest of the party follow in the meantime while the wood elf is basically cursing Snorri's into the ground?
Yeah, let's follow.
Yeah.
Is there
Randall
like
is
a-
following.
Is there
But-
like a little ding bell on the front counter?
Yes.
Yup. Yoink!
Ding, 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 ding.
Randall is stopping at every person who's hopping in pain and asking them if they've seen Stubby Jr.
Sadly, they haven't, but they will keep an eye out and are grateful that you are not running over their toes like Snorri.
Yet.
Like as I walk by everyone, Flo is just like rapid fire. Sorry.
Like, they know Snorri is a handful. They feel bad for anyone who's teamed up with him.
Yeah.
So when you get to the room, Kafka looks at you and goes, "You saw the stiff they just carried out today, right?"
Well,
For some
more
reason
like
you don't
dropped,
sound
but
Why do they get gnomes to carry humans? I don't know, but this island's run by a ninny, okay? He didn't die of old age. That man was the picture of health, and he was my roommate. Something killed him.
Sure,
Did-
wasn't
did
your
he have-
snoring?
What
What'd you
can
say?
you tell us about your roommate?
His roommate was a human. I'm not doing the voice for this, but first, Raven, what did you say?
Sure your snoring didn't kill him?
No, you daft idiot! Too tough for anything to kill him. You couldn't even run over his toes with your weak ass wheelchair. It's going to be fun, and my voice is going to hurt like motherfucking hell. Anyway, he explains, and I'm not doing that in the voice because I like to preserve 90% of it for actually telling you what the hell's going on.
That is
Oh, you
fair.
need someone to talk in a voice, do you?
Shush!
It is I, Zim the Mighty. Why do I keep winding up in these places?
I assumed you were just entertaining for children's parties, except you ended up at an old folks' home instead.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
We'll say Zim's doing that just for the fun of it, because that's actually hilarious. I approve of this plan.
I'm sorry, continue.
Regrets are happening. Not yet, Raven. Well, first, Jafka explains that this was a human paladin that retired of his own volition because his god asked him to. Because he was getting a little weaker, a little sicker, and it was time to pass on the mantle, and this would have been a peaceful place. However,
It's lay on hands going to cure scurvy.
I will burn something down.
Raven's house.
Okasan has heat vision. This is not an idle threat.
I'm encouraged now for that, Raven, because that's not where I was going, damn it. We thought Okasan would be the interrupting factor. Snorri! Anyway, no, it was not a lay on hands does or does not cure scurvy argument. Again. What happened was, in the middle of the night, he was fighting off a nightmare that Jafka saw out of the corner of his eye while pretending to be asleep because he heard the ruckus and was a little concerned, because of course you would be in an old folks' home, a shadow-like creature, almost, as well as a few odd flying things buzzing about as it it sucked the soul out of the ear, killing the man.
Gods.
You've been drinking before going to bed again. Or not been drinking enough before going to bed again.
What did you say, Reeve? I didn't quite understand that.
Either that Jeffco has either not been drinking enough before going to bed.
I know what I saw! But nobody in this damn home will believe me and take precautions!
You once saw a 9-foot tall pink bunny laying waste to a village. It was just a bear.
He died pink!
You dyed it pink to cover your tracks.
Is this what it's like having grandparents?
Okasan has seen a big pink bear once. Okasan doesn't like to talk about it. Okasan's glad the sucker is dead. No one's gonna get that reference. No one.
Why do I feel like I should?
Precisely 0 people will get that reference, and I don't care.
That being said, while the two old farts are arguing,
Yes.
You look like a gearbo and you smell of elderberries.
I am so tempted to do an Exorcist reference, but it's too dirty. I can't do it.
Hamster.
Like, seriously, that was the first thing that came into my head, and I know that's not the right response, but I'm not doing it. Anyway.
Well, I did it for you.
Oh, no, this was worse.
Oh,
This is from
okay.
The Exorcist that I came up with, and,
Yeah.
we're not getting an old priest and a young priest involved in this yet. Actually, technically we are, because we got, like, a young cleric and an old cleric. Never mind.
The point
Anyway.
is...
Anyway, back to the story. Now that I confused myself, thank you. Jafka is rather insistent this happened. So he looks at you and he says, "Fine, if you lot don't believe me, why don't you spend the night and do a little patrolling around here and see what you see?"
I have no problem with that.
Is there pudding here?
Yes.
Zoom.
He has never made that sound before.
I don't think I wanted to ever make that sound again. What was that?
Okasan's excited and is now running all over the island.
It's a fucking Roadrunner situation.
And there he goes.
So what's wrong with that bird?
Lots of things.
Better question.
What's right about that thing?
There you go.
And you brought this to help us? We're fucked.
Beggars garbage users.
He's a pretty good distraction.
True. He has followers. So weird.
Bloody hell. What year did you fucking join the Guild of the Circus?
Yes.
God.
Now, is this retirement home just kind of out in the middle of literally nowhere with no other buildings around, or is there a small village or town surrounding it?
It's basically, it's on the outskirts of a small town by about 2 miles. There's some residences, some inns, and all of that stuff, but Jafka wants you to stay in the retirement home for the overnight so you can actually patrol. But yeah, there is like a town outside of it that you can walk around in that that sometimes families of the adventurers retired there might move to if they want to visit more easily. It's very rare that happens. But it does happen. Otherwise, it's mostly just people who work there that live there.
Okay, because he does not want to get lost, Crandall is going to spend a good chunk of the next 8 hours just kind of doing cardio and all that. And cardio does count as resting for him. This is a class feature.
I will say that it's very hard to get lost on the island, so don't worry about that. But yeah, if you want, you can just walk around, kind of just talk to the people there. Okusan can try the pudding.
And Yuki hasn't already stolen and eaten.
And at the end of 8 hours, he will know every location in the city as if he was born and raised there.
Which is not a bad thing. And as you're wandering around, probably looking around or resting or whatever, you do meet a few of the other residents, including a very senile old artificer that's working on something called a Colt 45.
Cool.
It's basically like the equivalent of a cap gun. It's harmless, but you get the feeling that he's trying to make a new weapon and he's so senile that he can barely register it.
Oof.
A lot of the residents are kind of pathetic, really. They're very senile, or they're just very out of it. They're very not really mobile. Like, it's clear at one point they had a lot of glory. They were very powerful figures. They were heroic figures, but something happened to them, which is the ravages of time that kind of drained them. You will also overhear a conversation between a high noble elf and a human male, both talking about how Jafka's rumors are starting to affect the profits of the retirement home and are doing whatever they can to reduce panic, because Jafka has been insisting for quite a few weeks now something has been happening and he couldn't pinpoint what, and last night's death basically just bumped that up to 11. So, aside from all of that, what else is everyone doing? We know Crandall is exploring the island and doing cardio, basically.
And putting up fires.
What is Yuki doing? What is Snorri doing? What is Lo doing? Wait, Okasan is just going bonkers for pudding, so we know what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's night, right?
Not yet. I'm doing like a little preamble before night. So this is like, what are you doing during the day?
Okay. I guess Lo's just gonna walk around and like get a good feel of the islands, so they'll like be able to like better like notice when something is off.
Okay. And what is Yuki doing?
She's gonna go around to all the various rooms, entertain the guests with her music, and occasionally steal some of their food when they're not looking.
One of the residents actually has forbidden treats and stuff in their drawer and gives Yuki a butt ton of it for being so nice.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh. You're welcome. So, and I'm guessing Snorri and Jafka are just going to be in their room bickering all day.
No, by the stage, Snorri's just retired to the canteen. Find it one way or another. Just settled in the corner, just falling asleep.
Okay, fair enough. So he's resting. Jafka's resting. So with that, we'll consider this a full rest for all of you. So spell slots restored, all that fun stuff, because it is time for the first of 2 nights you're going to be here. First night has fallen. The residents are all put to bed. You're ushered back into Jafka's room to rest or sleep. Give me a perception check. All of you.
All of us?
All of you.
Okay. There's my dice. There's my dice.
13.
16.
Oh, not bad. Nice strikes.
Unnatural 20.
Oh, sorry, definitely. And Yuki, you're the last one.
Yeah,
What'd you get?
23. 23.
Okay, everyone
Nice.
but Low, oddly enough. Actually, no, everyone but everyone who got over I'm gonna say a 15 because of how faint this is going to be. So everyone over a 15 hears like a scratching noise, like you're like skitter, 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 skitter. Almost like something is faintly scratching at the walls with very thin wires, or like a bug crawling.
Okasa, I told you to take care of those lice.
Ew.
Is that Stubby?
However, Yuki and Snorri see what's making the noise. A scarab on the wall.
Okay, that's definitely not lice.
Snorri, what is your reaction?
Ooh, do-do-do. I begin chanting something that basically sounds like an ale recipe. Also, declaring something about rats as well. As my fingers begin to glow, and I cast a cantrip of Sacred Flame, trying to incinerate the bugger.
I guess roll to see if you hit it.
It's the target must roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't realize that. Okay. Luckily I marked the page because I do have it. So a dex saving throw. So
What's Snorri's DC?
DC is 14. Which is so annoying because, of course, Okason had to roll a 14. 5 minutes piece with him in another dimension.
okay, the bug rolled a 20, unnatural. So 18 plus 2.
So no damage.
No damage.
It flies off into the hallway.
Bug!
Following.
It's one of the bugs! Now, Jafka can no longer fight. His magic has fizzled out badly, so he will not be joining you in the combat. AKA, I forgot to make his character sheet. I'm sorry. So, do you follow this bug?
Follow the bug.
No, it has been
Follow the bug.
At this stage, grabbed his wheelchair wheels and basically legging it after the bug.
Follow the
I'm
fox.
Okay,
I'm not sure why we're following the bug, but we're following the bug.
Well, Jafka said that's the bug he saw when his friend died, so there's the indicator.
Considering Crandall only heard it and didn't actually see it, he will follow the rest of the group.
It was this bug, and I followed the little dickens until I hit my head on a tree.
No, wait, it was this one.
Hey. I did not think this far ahead. God damn it. I'm gonna start playing next time. Okay, you follow the bug until you start hearing more buzzing and more skittering. Since you're all focused on actually following this thing or following the people following this thing. Until you run into what looks like a swarm flying around of 30 of these things. Most of them are on the walls or on the ground. They're not attacking you yet. What do you do?
Anyone know a good exterminator?
Lo, what are you doing? You got cut off.
Okay, what if we just stomp on them? Okay, that's probably a bad idea, but,
So you're suggesting-
Okasan, did you do this?
No, but Okasan can add to it if we want to.
Sonori, what are you doing?
He is slapping Okasan by the back of the head, casting guidance.
I'm not sure how that works.
Guidance.
No amount of guidance will help Okasan, but is that
Guidance.
a D4 for it?
Touch duration up to 1 minute. You touch one willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the dice after making the ability check, then the spell ends.
It is seriously one of the most useful cantrips ever, and like I forgot I had it when I was playing a druid. I did not forget it while I was playing a cleric, however.
Well, apparently neither did Snorri. Smack!
Snowy bit slaps you into better actions.
Snorri bitch slaps Okasan into competence. He better have a big bitch slap in hand. That's all I'm saying.
That being said, we have basically two suggestions of combat if I'm interpreting Snorri's actions correctly.
This counts as a swarm, doesn't it? So it counts as a single entity.
Yes. It is a swarm, basically.
Do it.
The target must now roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh god! This thing is total!
4 total. For the next 5 minutes, they're gone into another dimension.
Oh my god! Well, that combat was completely destroyed.
Yes.
They're not coming back.
well, that was easy.
God damn it, Snorri's broken.
In more ways than one.
Ooh.
I didn't even get to ask him about Stooby.
They clearly took Stubby with them.
I keep
No!
So what do you do now that you basically banish the death scarabs? God damn it, I had such a cool battle planned! Right now.
Welcome to the DM chair.
If he didn't do that, I had another thing in mind.
Them bugs, okay?
I had like 7 cards out. I was prepared for once.
The thing is, they have like a -5 to charisma, so I'd have to roll a nat 20 to even beat Snorri. Like anything below a 19, they were gone.
Charisma saving throws. Wonderful when they work in your favor.
Yep.
Can
In
I
this case, it
use
was- What were you gonna say?
can I use like clairvoyance or divination or something to like figure out if those bugs are gonna harm anyone in the other dimension?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm a cast divination, I guess.
They are not going to. Basically, they have poofed from existence completely because they weren't actual physical scarabs. They were a manifestation of something bigger.
Tells me those bugs weren't the they were the least of our worries.
Jafka comes out seeing Snorri banish them. At least your magic's still fucking working. I told you it's part of something bigger.
Do you know what that bigger thing is?
All I know is that it sucks souls out of the side of your head.
Why specifically there?
I don't know. I didn't stop and ask it during tea. Do I look stupid? I ain't gonna be talking to a little fucking monster.
A dice roll to see if I know, if I've heard of anything like that before.
I would assume it would be an Arcana check because it is technically a magical thing.
Okay.
It could technically also be a history check.
Whatever's
I'd say-
higher then for you.
Yeah.
Whatever's with the number.
They're both intelligence, so it doesn't matter. 15 total.
You know some undead can pull this shit. You're not sure, but this could be either a ghost or a mummy of some kind. But you're not 100% sure what since you haven't seen what it is. Though the scarabs are making you think mummy more.
Okay. So, I think there's some sort of undead, like, mummy creature somewhere that's, like, sending the scarabs down here for whatever reason. We should find that mummy and stop it at the source. God knows it'll send another swarm.
And why the f*** would a mummy be here? This place apparently has a graveyard. They usually send the dead off. Which is an interesting puzzle. But then you hear, as you're
Scouter.
talking, that too. And Scouter spots, because screw it, I'm using the cat.
Yes, thank you.
Something out in one of the rooms where the artificer was. Like, he's fighting back with potions and screaming, and it sounds like he's having a heart attack while cursing something out. Do you follow the screams?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I run.
Jafka's following you this time because that's one of his friends. Unlike Snorri, Jafka can actually make friends. Yes, I'm being a stalky bitch!
I buy it.
Does Snorri follow?
He's following. If not, I imagine someone will be pushing him along the way.
Ride the Snorri!
God damn it!
It's no.
He's the horse now, according to Okasan.
You know, I'm tempted to do something.
Do it.
This could turn nasty against us in the long run.
Yeah, it's, again, you know, I'm sort of building up the final boss here.
Is
Are you
Snorri
now?
able to keep up with this as a full sprint?
I'm gonna assume, yeah, he's in his wheelchair, he can.
He can travel about 30 foot by the wheelchair, so he's fine.
Yeah.
But if we're dashing, we're outrunning him.
If by some chance we're heading downhill, he's traveling at 60 foot per minute, per whatever.
You're not far from the room, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay. I was gonna say, if he was lagging behind, Crandall was just gonna get in there and push him at a full sprint.
Well, that would be, you know, we'll say he does that, because funny.
Crandall, Okasan, and Snorri are now the Megazord.
Go Power Rangers! Lantern is dying!
I kind of wanted this, so yeah, we're doing that. Sorry, Raven. Story is going to hate me by the end of this.
Snorri
You
hates
get
everyone.
there. Fair point. You get there, and you, for 2 seconds, see a shadow slightly on fire dissipate. It's running away. You cannot catch it or anything, so, But you also see the artificer with a bunch of shattered bottles and used fireball scrolls, and somehow the room didn't get burned down. He's unfortunately dead. He died of a heart attack. Or
like,
or it looks like it. Does anyone want to, and I apologize for this, examine the body?
I was gonna have a look at it, but on second thought, I else wanna, dead guy.
This is outside of Okasan's area of expertise.
They're the same.
Everything.
Okay, fuck it. Let me check my spells.
Snow,
If you don't
I'm
wanna
not
do
touching the stiff.
Snow just
Okay.
pokes the body with his hammer.
That does absolutely nothing except you move the body a little bit for like 2 seconds.
You
A nurse
can't-
will, if nobody wants it or can check the body, a nurse will come in and check the body.
Is it possible I can use spare the dying?
No.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
Well, spare the dying basically just keeps a corpse from decomposing.
Oh.
It wouldn't
guess
really matter in this case. If you look
Okay.
Where's
just
that
at
gentle
the,
repose?
I think that's gentle repose.
yeah, that's spare the dying keeps you from dying.
Spare the dying. You touch a living creature has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. However,
Okay.
you can use it. It's just not going to do anything because, well,
He's dead.
they're dead.
Yeah.
The soul's taken.
Okay.
Well, his soul has
what-
left his body. Jafka notices something. He doesn't have the same mark the bloody. My friend had. He died with dignity.
He went out like a
Lo-
boss.
So his soul wasn't.
Oh,
taken.
Okasan puts a cup of pudding on each eye. Vaya con Dios.
Yeah, Lo just puts their hands together in prayer.
You're doing that to create a contrast really quick. You hear a scream of an orderly.
An orderly?
Somebody
A
who
nurse,
works in the
essentially.
hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, a nurse. Somebody who works in a nursing home, basically.
Not quite a nurse, just somebody who does a lot of menial labor.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
do you follow this sound?
Here
Yes.
we go again!
If he isn't
Oh
being,
boy.
if he isn't being pushed, no, he's on his way.
He probably is going to be pushed by Okasan and Crandall again, I'm assuming.
Crandall's pushing him. Okasan's just riding, probably with his wings spread.
Go, go, Snorri Ranger. Do, 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 go, go, Snorri Ranger.
Now that gives me
Now-
an idea for ALP down
Oh.
the line.
Bloody fuck.
Yes.
Again, you're too late
Oh.
to save this poor sap. Only this time, you see on the side of his head, his ear is a little blackened. This is the sign that the thing got him. So now the party knows the difference between a soul-sucked dead person and a normal dead person.
Okay. We need to track that thing down.
It keeps disappearing before we get to it. We need to lure it out. Not
I
tonight,
cast lo-
though.
Huh?
Not
For
tonight,
that
though.
we need bait.
Exactly. Because I'm gonna say this right now. You were not gonna be able to locate this thing. This thing is like bouncing around a little too much.
Not even if I cast locate creature?
I mean, you can try.
I'll try.
Raven, help me out. How does locate creature work?
I have the card. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. Shadowy thing. You sense
Well, you think it's a mummy, so use a mummy, I would recommend.
Okay, mummy. You sense the direction to the creature's location, as long as the creature is in 1,000 feet of you.
Oddly, it is. Or at least something resembling it is.
Hmm.
It's outside the nursing home, but it's... Would you sense, like, if there's, like, an element near it or anything? Because, again, I have no idea how this spell works.
Let me see. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, so long as you have seen such a creature up close at least once. If the creature you described or named is in a different form, so just being under the fed, that doesn't apply. The spell can't locate a creature if running water is at least 10 feet wide, blocks a direct pack. Okay, I don't know.
Actually, this helps me. You feel it moving towards something, but then you cannot find it. Like, you felt it going toward the west.
I think...
But then it just stopped. Like, not stopped moving, but, like, it stopped being detectable.
Okay. I think I have something. I sensed something heading towards the west, but then my connection got cut off.
What's over towards the west?
A river! A fucking river! A big one, too! Why would it go to the river?
Sounds about right. Add character question. Do scarabs have any connection to water?
As an entomologist, not normally, not more so than any other type of beetle.
Okay.
But bodies can end up in water. Because remember, you were looking for a mummy, not the scarabs. You got rid of the scarabs. They are not an issue anymore. How are we on time, Raven?
Approaching 50 minutes.
Okay, so I think we'll leave it on this nice little cliffhanger. Lo may have found some very important information. But the sun is coming up and you guys are going to need to rest and plan to both figure out what the hell is going on and why were you sensing a mummy near water, essentially, and why there's a mummy here in the first place, and how to lure it out. But that'll be in the morning when we return. Until next time, folks, be good, be well, and watch out for swarms of scarabs unless you have a banish spell. Like somebody who's drunk!
Are you my mummy?
Well, it's you, Raven!
Mummy, are you my mummy?
Banishments. I also have banishments.
Oh, I'll see you next time, folks.
No.
Banished.
Take
Bye-bye,
care,
Em.
everyone.
Later.
Like-
Now I'm having DM regrets. Now I know how Raven feels.
Are you my mommy?
Do I look